CEO Speaks. In our next edition of CEO Speaks, we will be discussing the COVID-19 pandemic and freshers. So the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted people from all walks of life. University students are no exception to this. The shift of on-campus learning to online courses has greatly affected graduate and postgraduate students in terms of what they are learning and the scope of their degrees. Now that a new crop of graduates are going to be entering the workforce, it is very important that they understand the changing expectations in this new normal. The question is, what has changed since the pandemic began? How to manage effectively and market oneself in a post-COVID world, and how to mitigate this ever-changing environment. So let's talk about that today.
Sure. Yes, definitely.
So the first question I have for you, Raj, is how has the IT industry as a whole, as a field for freshers, changed when compared to how it was pre-COVID? So can you say that the change has been more positive or negative in nature?
Uh, I would say, it's a good question. Thank you for, by the way, bringing this topic. It's a very good topic. It's a
Yeah, of
need of
course.
it's need of an hour, and it's going to be needed for some time. See, I think you know, in a bigger picture, I have told this before. I think this is a phenomenal opportunity. It's a phenomenal opportunity because basically um, the technology has been there, but the cultural aspect has not been there. Even though technology has broken down the borders, borders are not there anymore. Uh, because we are all used to working in smaller groups, looking at each other in a one physical place and collaborating. Uh, that's been the way we worked for you know very long time, entire human history. uh, we have that those kind of changes takes time. I think what has happened is COVID has forced to kind of put that change, like force that change. So now that creates a phenomenal opportunity because uh, people can work with each other, make friends, make become colleagues with the people around the world. So it's truly made the global village, right? So it's a truly digital world, and everybody now has to embrace the digital world because they don't have a choice. So which is a phenomenal opportunity, right? But it has a challenge. The challenge is the work culture, the how we organize ourselves to work was all kind of previously built for physically being in an office, right? There will be a senior, there will be a mentor, we will be buddies sitting next to each other, we will ask each other and learn and do like that. We'll be in the same place. You will have your a person who is strong in something sitting next to you or across the table or across the room. You would walk there, you talk to them, you guys walk to coffee room and you guys chat, stuff like that, right? That is all gone. So because everything is digital. So how to work with each other, how to make friends, how to build relationships, how to learn and how to support each other remotely in a digital world is, and these things are very important. These things are very important for all of us, right? From a personal level and a professional level, for learning and everything, right? And emotional support, personal support, everything, right? Friendship, everything. Now this is all physical thing is gone, right? Now it's all digital. How to take advantage of the digital and how to really feel still like that learning experience is there, and that we need to learn that, and that is not easy. That is where the challenge comes. So there is an opportunity. Now you can make a friend with somebody in New York, you can make a colleague with somebody in Chicago, you can make a friend somebody in Romania, you can work for a company somewhere in Costa Rica. Entire world you can make colleagues, you can take a job, you can work. But you need to now know how to work in the digital world, how to collaborate in the digital world. That is going to be the challenge. The people who figure that out, who master that, will be very successful. The people who have not figured it out, who still are waiting for that old, the physical only, right? Physical is going to be there. I'm not saying physical is going to be gone, but it is not going to be as much 100% like it used to be before. It will be 50%, maybe 60%. Still, there is going to be 40%, 50%, 60% digital. So you need to start to embrace the work culture, the learning, making friends, everything in the digital world. Those people are going to be successful. So that is very important. How to digitally present yourself, how to digitally collaborate, how to digitally mentor, how to digitally make friends. That is all very, very, very important.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. And because we are working with people from around the world now, there is less of a need to travel also, and there is a less opportunity also to interact face to face. That means we have to make our digital interaction count much more, and that means we have to absolutely whatever communication we were doing in the office, if we were putting in 70% effort, here we need to put in 110% effort to get the same type of communication in a digital environment.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. It is initially maybe 150%, but once you get used to it, it becomes the new normal. So it's like anything you want to do. The learning phase, you have to put a little bit more effort, but after that, so you need to document everything in email. You need to record your meetings. You need to go and play back that meeting notes and take the notes. You need to clearly set a meeting agenda. Every time you need to go prepared, because it's not like when you are meeting somebody before in the office, you can go ask something and you could forget something, right? And you can go and walk again and ask, correct? And walk again the third time. But now it's digital, right? They are somewhere else sitting. They are not sitting in the same office. So you need to think through. You need to prepare what are all the questions you're going to ask. So you need to go in more prepared now than before, because that's the time 1 hour they have allocated for you. So you need to make sure that 1 hour you take. So it's really doing your homework, really preparing, and that is actually is that disciplined. Really, you have to be very disciplined in the digital world, from a preparation, going in, and also preparation coming out. That discipline. So digital world needs a digital discipline, a new discipline than a physical world office discipline. That is what people need to be trained, and they need to learn.
Yes, and we should. I think we should make that a slogan somewhere. That's a really good thing you said. Like, digital world needs digital discipline. Like that, we should make that our motto for all the companies. I think because that is absolutely what we need right now.
Yep. Yep. Agreed.
So, what can freshers hope to expect in these new working conditions? Already, they have to deal with the new normal in their university. So, they're already kind of gotten adapted to a digital environment. So, what can they expect in a new condition in the corporate environment?
See, it is freshers, and it is also the people, right? It's both sides, right? The team also. We need to become more team players, more collaborative in the digital world than ever before, right? Because in the digital world, right, before you are talking, you can tell something, you can just tell something over and all that stuff. That is all you can learn like that. Now in the digital world, right, you are isolated, right? Physically you are isolated, digitally you are connected. So if you are going to now, you have your colleagues, there are three freshers put in a project, right? And then there is a manager somewhere else, and they are super busy delivering, and you are assigned to that project. The manager is going to come, probably give 1 hour a day, or maybe 1 hour in 2 days, or something like that. And you need to understand, before for them to teach you and coach you and get the work, it's a lot of effort they have to put in. They have to put in a lot of effort, and especially if it's being digitally, it's a lot of effort. So it's very important that each of you in the team collaborate before, like, the one-to-one coaching could be done, right? Each person could be different speed and all that stuff, and each of you may not be willing to, may not have, collaborated at a different level. But it is very important, like, three of you are learning. There has to be a clear, and before it was okay, there was not a clear roadmap, clear curriculum, or clear, okay, these are the goals, this is what. See, in the digital world, if things are not documented very well, if it is not very structured, it will be very ambiguous. That level of ambiguity in the physical world was okay. It is okay because every day morning you can come to office and you can figure it out what you're going to do. But in a digital world, when you wake up morning 9 o'clock or whatever, 7 o'clock or whatever time you wake up, if you don't have a clear plan, it's not like you're going to office and somebody is going to tell you. You need to know what you have to do for that day. So it is very important for a digital world. There is a clear plan, clear agenda for this week, next week, every day, very clearly laid out what is I am coming in, what am I going to do, and what I am going to accomplish. Every person need to have a clear kind of. I will say one thing: if everybody does this one thing, it will be very good. If every day you can measure, was I productive? So that means how you are going to say productive. These are the 5-10 things I came in today to accomplish, and these are 5-10 things I accomplished today. If you can measure yourself every day, that's it. Very simple. Because it's very important. You need to measure that every day. If you are not measuring, that score has to go to the manager, and that manager needs to say why they are. And you have to be very honest about your score, right? You cannot tell, okay, 10 out of 10, everything. If you are not getting the right help, then you have to tell. Then the manager needs to get that feedback, and that manager needs to help you, or whoever leader needs to help you, architect or whomsoever is mentoring you, they need to help you. So that score is there. It's very important you measure yourself every day, because it is very, very, very easy to get lost in digital. Very, because you're isolated. Physically, you're isolated. So if there is no hand holding, if it is no clear plan, you are more likely to get lost. So it's very important from the team point of view, who are coaching these college graduates, making sure all these people get a very clear plan, very clear agenda, very clear goals, and the also make sure the coordinator, whoever is coordinating these people with the students, and making sure they are observed into the team, they closely monitor this. And also the manager, they pull in the right people to support them, and that collaboration. So it's very important that clear goals are there, the goals are clearly measured. The goals means it's not even like big goals, it's a day to day, daily goals, task level goals. Okay, I need to accomplish this, I need to learn this. That's what it is, that level. Goal, if you measure it, then you are tracking on a daily level. Okay, am I on track, am I on track? That will really help, because it's otherwise, if you don't track, you'll get lost.
Very well said. I completely agree with you. Like in the office, you were more likely to be micromanaged, and you were more likely to feel the influence of your colleagues to be more productive. Oh, my colleagues are working hard. I have to
Correct.
also keep up with
Yes.
them. That was
Yes.
another factor that probably in the office made you more productive as a fresher or as an experienced person.
Yes.
But now that you are in your house, you have to self-regulate, and you need to have self-discipline, which is a skill that it takes a lot of effort to master. Even the most experienced person might not be able to 100% self-discipline or put in effort to self-discipline. And that is something that is the need of the hour in this pandemic world. We need to plan, this is what I need to do for the day, and we need to monitor our own productivity as and when. I would say we can sum this up as we have to be our own manager when it comes to productivity.
You are spot on. You are spot on. That self-regulated. You have to be yourself. You have to be your motivator. You need to be your guide. You need to be your regulate yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. If I am not good, I'm not good, and you need to be more transparent and tell them, the person coaching you, hey, I don't feel I am going in the right direction. I feel I am lost, right? More, this is very very important now, because you don't have that kind of old support system. You have the support system. You need to understand that it's not like there is no support system. There is, but it's different. It is not a physical, it's a digital. So you need to know how to take advantage of that support system in this digital environment, not the old way in the physical where you were in office, right? If you are upset, somebody say, hey, you're not looking good, you seem to be a little bit lost, somebody will ask you, and you may not open up first, but maybe you will open up later. All that is gone. None of that is there today. So it is very important, you need to manage yourself very well, as you said, regulate yourself very well. Otherwise, you're going to the opportunity to get lost is very high.
Exactly. And we need to seek out the support system ourselves. They will not come to us. We have to come to them.
We will do that. And also, see, that is where the organization, little bit we need to put is, as an organization, these people, we need to better track, we need to put tools and better track their progress, or help them track their own progress, and we also need to see how they are tracking. So if somebody is, we want them to come and ask help. But also, if you are a training manager, if you are a training coordinator, if you are a mentor, you also need to have some ways to know, hey, this person is seems to be lost, right? And maybe they are shy, maybe they are afraid to come and ask help, but looking at this, seems like they are lost. So they should also be able to reach that. So we need both ways.
So, and I absolutely agree with you. Like, it's a two-way street now. We have to come to them, but also the organization has to create a receptive environment so that
Yes.
the people can reach out, feel they want to reach out. If the path is not clear, then people will not go on that path. You have
Yes.
to make the path clear so it will be able, you people will be able to go on it.
You are right. The world is digital world now, right? The work environment is digital environment. Both the organizations have to do something so that we are better able to work with people, collaborate with people, in digital environment. And also we need to give this information to the people so they also are equipped to be in the digital. So both sides have to come, both need to prepare. Then only we can strike the balance, because it's a digital culture. We need to learn how to work in the digital culture. The physical culture will be there, but previously, before COVID, there was only physical culture, physical work environment culture. Now we need to learn a digital work environment culture, and both organization and the people working, especially people who are new to the workforce, new to the work environment, they need additional help, additional support, because they are new. um, so anybody new needs that help and support. So we need to help them to accumulate to this environment, while we ourselves as an organization are also learning.
Agreed. Completely agreed. So the next question we have is, we have spoken at length about what the office environment is going to look like after COVID. So with that in mind, what are the skills and technologies from a technical perspective that are most desirable for freshers post-COVID? Like, what are the fields that are going to be the most in demand right now?
See, it is soft skills. The most important thing for this collaboration part, the learning part, is not technology; it's soft skills. The soft skills are, being prepared to the meeting, putting your thoughts, what you need to learn before, doing your homework before to the meeting, speaking out, right? You cannot be just quiet. You need to speak out more. You need to ask more questions, right? And using the tools, taking notes, right? Documenting everything in the email, putting things, using more in email, being very, this is something I've been telling to organization culture. We need to do a cultural digital culture training, work environment culture training, how to run a meeting. Come with a clear agenda for a meeting. Tell this is what we want to accomplish in the meeting. Tell clearly there should be the outcome in the meeting. Lay out the agenda for the meeting. Make sure we cover everything. Make sure we go. Once the meeting is over, whoever is being told what is their responsibility, a meeting minutes is sent out with the date and who is the person. Always put a time. Don't leave anything ambiguous, open ended. Never anything is open ended. We cannot tell, okay, anything, okay, we will get it done, we will get it done. No, everything has a time, right? We need to work by the time. And if we miss it for whatever reason, that's fine. But we need to always have a date and a time when we are going to accomplish. These are all like, and using all the collaboration tool, right? Yeah, documentation tool, all these things, the PowerPoint to express, email, all these are extremely important if we have in the digital world. So all the, the productivity tools, so-called productivity tools, right? Emails, the tools for public, the learning, the documentation, uh, you know, um, uh, the Slack, right? Stuff like that. All these productivity tools, we need to take advantage of this, and we need to better record. That's why you see in Agilisium in last 3 months, we are rolling out big time Zoho, right? We are tracking, we are trying to track everything because it's very important. We need to track these things because not for the organization how we are performing, what we are, we in the right direction, are we spending in the, and also to understand what's going on from the people so we can help them to be more productive. So these are extremely important. So productivity tools, getting used to those productivity tools and using them effectively, learning to use them effectively is very important. And most importantly, I will tell, this is a responsibility of the HR and the training team. You guys need to make sure this digital culture and this, people have to be equipped and trained. What you need to tell, what is digital culture, what are all the tools for digital culture, what are all the behaviors for digital culture, and you need to make sure all our people, Agilesians, are equipped with that, trained with that, and rolled out to that. It's a responsibility of our HR, our people management team to take care of that. But from the people side, they need to start using all those tools.
I see. So that's an interesting response. You're saying more than technical skills. I was thinking about like, oh, certain IT skills are going to be more important in the post-COVID world. But from what it sounds like, people skills are going to be more in demand than before, which is strange when you consider that this is a completely digital environment now.
Absolutely, because the thing is, right, uh, see, the technology post-COVID, COVID did not change anything in the technology space. Technology innovation, whatever is happening, right? COVID by itself is not changing anything, at least from a IT technology point of view. What COVID is changing is it is making the remote work culture, forcing us all the remote work culture as a norm, right? So when remote work culture is becoming, when I'm not going to look at you face to face, when we are not going to walk together and have a coffee, when I'm not going to see you, then what my understanding of you as a person is going to be by reading your emails, by meetings, many times without a video, sometimes with a video. So I'm pretty much going to see what this person is going to be, mostly based on my digital communications, right? That is the way it is going to be. So it's very, very important how those experience, what is your experience that you're giving on others on those communications, over the phone or over the email or the follow up, how meticulous you are in those follow-ups, how, right? And then how is your presentation, the document you are presenting, and when you speak to them over the video, how presentable you are. This is all is going to make, this is what is going to form the image that they are going to perceive of you. That is the reality of it. So it's very important that these things you take care, every person takes care of it, because this is the way people are going to perceive you, right? Digitally. And that is going to be 60-70% of the medium. Maybe once in a while you may meet in person, right? But it's going to be lesser and lesser. So how you present so all these are soft skills, right? All these are not technical skills. The technical skills are still there, right? That is technical, but that is not that is not changing, right? Whatever it is going to be there. But it's very important now, the presentation skills and your digital presentation skills and digital people skills is very important.
Well said. So your nowadays the communication is going to be digital communication as opposed to face-to-face communication.
It will be face to face, but before it used to be 100% face to face. Going forward, face to face is going to be maybe some as low as 30%, sometimes 50%, sometimes 60, 70, 60%. But mostly there is a digital component, more or less. Before it used to be all 100% physical. That's not going to be the case anymore.
I see then. So we better be prepared to make a good digital impression because
Yes.
that's what we're going to be doing most of the time rather than a physical impression.
Exactly. You're spot on. You're right. And we need to be prepared for that as an organization, as a culture, and we need to train our people, all that. The once we learn that, I'm telling you, that will work very well, phenomenally well, because now you can work with somebody in New York, you can work with somebody in, Germany, you can work with somebody in London, you can work with somebody in Mumbai. It doesn't matter, because once you are able to master that skill, now you can work with the entire world, largely speaking.
Exactly. And so we talked at length about the challenges that freshers are going to face in the new environment with the new conditions. This being self-discipline and self-regulation and being your own boss, being productive and regulating yourself. So would there be any other challenges when it comes to peer-to-peer learning and team collaboration, like say within meetings themselves or when talking to your colleagues? What would be the challenges in a digital environment in that sense, rather than from self-regulation?
It is actually, if anything, you all have to work more closer, because you need to collaborate more, right? It's more important. The collaboration is the importance of collaboration, right, is going to become significantly higher, right? You all have to, so, and then preparation. So you have to, offline, right? You have to work with each other. You have to collaborate each other, and the thing is, right, the building the relationship in the digital world, how it is, you need to figure it out, because in the physical world we all meet, we can joke with each other, right? A relationship is built that way. The relationships are not built necessarily in professional coding. Right? When two people, three people are going to work together, they are not going to build a great relationship necessarily with only the coding programming, right? They are building that relationship in a personal manner. But now working digitally, how you are going to be, so maybe you guys have to organize within yourself a separate meeting where you are having your own team internal peer-to-peer coffee in the evening once in a week, right? You are going to have a peer-to-peer, whatever, a movie watching session or whatever. I don't know how you guys. So you guys have to collaborate with each other. You need to figure it out, just like you used to do a hangout, right? People, colleagues in office, they used to do a hangout after office. You guys have to find a way to hang out, but like in a different way. You're not coming to office and hanging out. You have to find some other way. So it's very important. All those things you have to organize yourself and collaborate. So uh, that is another thing you all have to figure out.
So basically, it's no different from how we socialize normally. For instance, last year in the beginning of the pandemic, it was projected extroverts would find it more difficult because they're not socializing face to face. But it turned out extroverted people found ways to socialize even in this, even from home. They consistently reached out through Zoom. They consistently found other ways to keep in touch digitally. So when there is a will to socialize, there is going to be a way, is what you're saying.
Yes, yes, right. And also another thing is that before all the friends, before it used to be, you made friends pretty much. People made friends only in their work culture, work office, right? Uh, where they lived, right? They didn't matter for them, right? Most of their friends used to be in the office and all that stuff. Now it is very important. You may be working in Chennai, but yeah, right, but you might be living in Coimbatore. So you are, so you cannot necessarily meet everybody in Chennai. All your colleagues, some of your colleagues will be in Chennai, somewhere else. So this gives an opportunity. Now you form some friend circle where you live. So, which is a good opportunity because now you have your office colleagues and office colleague friends network, but you are also where you physically live, you form some relationships and friends there, which is a good thing because now you get an opportunity to hang out with more people, make more friends, more network. So that is another thing, right? So before people used to say, hey, most of the friendship was only forged in office, right? Wherever you work. I mean, that is there still, but that is not, you cannot 100% only depend on that. You need to depend on making some relationship, some friends based on wherever you live, based on proximity.
Completely agree. So now friendship is going to be you have to make friends from your own home, and you need to pick your friends based on your proximity in your area rather than just going to the office and talking to people there. So it's going to be completely different, and freshers are, and even as experienced people are going to have to deal with that and get prepared for this.
Exactly, right? That is, and again, I don't see this as a challenge. I see this as an opportunity, right? Yeah, you now before had, you were spending, every day 2 hours, 2.5 hours, traveling to office and back to office, right? And you spent 8 hours in office, and then by the time you came home, you were tired. You didn't have any time to do anything else, right? So the only opportunity you had to build relationship was office. Now you still have that. We are going to eventually open, and we are going to do that. But that is not the only thing anymore. You have where you live, you have your brothers, you have your cousins, you have your next door neighbor, you have opposite neighbors. Talk to them, make relationships there because they are right there, right? So humans, we need people interaction, right? That's the way we are made. So you may not be able to go to 5 days a week in an office anymore, but still you need that people interaction. So you need to do that within the circle where you are physically and start building relationships. That doesn't mean you don't need to build relationship in your office. You have to do that. So that's why it is opening up more opportunity as long as you are open. So it is not a challenge. It's actually more opportunity as long you embrace it.
I completely agree. We have to embrace it, and we shouldn't see this as a hurdle to overcome. We should just see this as a new thing to learn.
Learn exactly.
So we on that note, we should let's move on to the last question. So, do you have any predictions for how the IT industry is going to look like for the freshers post pandemic? Like any insights on as a whole, what to expect in the future?
I mean, I think, right, I think um, if anything, for IT, I would not use the word IT. It is a technology, right? Technology is becoming because technology is becoming the every business is becoming a technology business. There is not a single business. Uh, a technology company is the largest hotel company in the world. Airbnb is the largest hotel company, and they don't have a single hotel, but they are a technology company. A technology company is the largest transportation company in the world. Uber. Uber is not even owns one car, but it is the largest people moving company, logistics company in the world. Same way a technology company. Similarly, things go to Oyo. A technology company is the largest retailer in the world, right? Amazon is the largest retailer, but they don't probably own any retail store, physical retail store. So technology is disrupting everything. Every business is a technology business. And that now is more accelerated with COVID, right? More accelerated with COVID. So what's going to become is for technology people, there is going to be more opportunity, no question about it, right? Because everything becomes technology business, then every business needs technology people. There is not a single business that doesn't need technology people. So there is more and more opportunity, but it's very important that you have the right skills. For the right people with the right technology and skills, there is a tremendous amount of demand. In general, actually, post COVID, there is a lot of demand for technology people. There is a lot of opportunity. So COVID is just making the world a lot more digital, and and all the technology people are in the business of digitalization of the world. That is what it is. We are all basically digitizing all of our we are all digitizing the world. That's what we are doing with our work. So when the world becomes more digital, obviously we all have more work, and people, freshers coming into the technology business, which is the digital business, obviously they'll have more work, more opportunity.
Completely. So I completely agree with you, Raj. So now, it's not enough to just be a people person or a technology person. It seems we have to be well-rounded now, because technology is going to be the lifeblood of every single company, whether
Yep.
it be a service industry or a pure, technology
Right.
industry. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Everywhere you're going to be in dire need of an IT person, because it's a digital world now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that has opened up avenues for freshers in technology degrees that were not previously there. So now freshers have a lot more options.
Yep. Yep.
But at the same time, it also seems like freshers are definitely going to need to have a wide variety of skills. They can't you cannot. It's not enough to be a master of one trade. You have to be a jack of all trades now.
Yes. Yes. I mean, yes, not jack of all trades. Technically, you can be still master, but in one trade or whatever, right? Couple of things in your space. If you are a DevOps person, be a DevOps specialist. That's good enough. If you are a data engineering person, be data engineering. If you're a full stack, you can be full stack. But it is very important. You need to have the soft skills. Self-regulating, which we talked about, self-managing is very important. That is needed for everybody.
So we need to figure out how to leverage our technical skills and our soft skills together.
Yes.
So to become a balanced person while still keeping up with the skills that we have and the
Yes.
path that we are going on.
Yes. Agreed.
So yeah. So absolutely, we can hope to get more freshers in Agilisium, and hopefully that any freshers can see this and they can apply these skills in their new job and in their career to come. Which, if they do, they will blossom into very good employees that can contribute to greater things.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, it was great talking to you, Raj, and these were really great insights. Let's hope that these help more people, and it makes a difference in anyone who wants to hear it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank
Yeah.
best wishes for everyone.